Welcome back to Talkpoint. Today we are looking at a brand new piece of legislation that could shake the foundation of artificial intelligence industry. A bill introduced in the US Senate aims to force tech giants to re-level more about how their AI systems are trained and to hold them accountable for algorithmic discrimination. Supporters say it's a necessary safeguard in an AI-driven future. Critics warn it could slow innovation and handcuff American companies. Tonight, we will break down what's in the bill, who's behind it, and what it could mean for the technology that increasingly shapes our lives. AI has moved from research labs into everyday life at lightning speed, powering search engines and social media speeds, healthcare diagnostics, hiring tools, and more. But along with the benefits, AI has sparked growing features over bias, misinformation, and opaque decision making. High profile controversies from bassist facial recognition system to chatbots protecting harmful content have fueled calls for stronger regulation. Lawmakers in Washington say the time has come to ensure transparency and fairness before AI becomes even more deeply embedded in society. AI-powered robots, social media scrolling, protest signs about tech bias. The proposed legislation, known as the Artificial Intelligence Accountability and Transparency Act, contains two major requirements for companies deploying large-scale AI systems. Transparency in training data. Companies would need to disclose key information about the data sets used to train AI models. This includes the source of the data, how it was collected, and whether it contains copyrighted material or personal information. The goal allow independent audits for bias and prevent the use of harmful or illegal data. Second, penalties for algorithmic discrimination. If an AI system is found to unfairly discriminate, for example, in hiring, lending, housing, or law enforcement, the company could face a fine of up to $10 million per violation. The bill defines algorithmic discrimination as any systemic bias in outcomes based on race, gender, religion, or other protected characteristic. Mock-up of bill text, scales of justice, AI code overlays. In addition, the bill calls for the creation of an AI oversight office within the Federal Trade Commission to enforce their rules and conduct regular audits of major AI systems. The bill is co-sponsored by Senators Maria Gonzalez, a Democrat from California, and James Whitmore, a Republican from Ohio, an unusual bipartisan preparing in today's Congress. John Jalej says the law is about putting guardrails in place before it's too late. Whitmore frames it as protecting American consumers from black box decision making. Senators speaking at press conference, bipartisan handshake. The bipartisan nature of the bill is seen as a strategic move to boost its changes in a divided Senate, where may tech-related bills have stalled in recent years. Tech giants are already pushing back. Representatives from companies like OpenAI, Google, and Meta warn that overly broad transparency requirements could expose trade secrets and make US firms less competitive globally. Some argue that sharing detailed information about training data sets could also create privacy risks, particularly if sensitive US user data is involved. However, advocacy groups and some smaller AI startups support the bill, saying it could level the playing field and ensure that large corporations don't dominate the AI landscape without accountability. Statement from tech companies, people, civil rights groups, and AI ethics experts. The US is not acting in isolation. The European Union has already passed its own AI Act with strict transparency and risk classification requirements. Canada, the UK, and Australia are also moving forward with their own frameworks. Experts say that if the US does not set strong AI standards soon, it risks falling behind completely with foreign rules when exporting AI technologies. EU Parliament Global Map with AI regulation highlighted. If the bill becomes law, it could reshape how AI is developed and deployed in the US. For consumer, more insight into how AI systems make decisions that affect them. For business, higher compliance cost but potentially more public trust in their products. For the job market, increased demand for AI auditors, data analysts, and compliance officers. Some experts predict that this kind of regulation could halt the release of new AI production, but also prevent major scandals that might otherwise damage public confidence. The AI Accountability and Transparency Act is still in its early stage. It faces committee hearings, possible amendments, and if it makes it through Congress, the challenge of implementation. Whether you see it as a necessary oversight or government overreach, one thing is clear: AI is not just shaping the future, it's shaping it right now, and how we regulate it, it will define how much we can trust it. We will keep following this story as it develops, and we will let you know if this bill gains momentum or stalls in the political process. You have been watching Talkpoint. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notification so you don't miss our deep dives into the biggest tech and policy stories of the day. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.